What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, and I got my Super Trucker headset on today because I'm going to be calling out a few of my other truck drivers out there. Now, I'm in North Carolina, just crossed over from South Carolina, and I forgot how many damn hills there were out here. And every time I was looking for a place to park, I only had like about an hour and 30 minutes left on my clock, so I was really starting to get concerned about finding places to park because every Pilot, Flying J was only like 25 spots and stuff like that, and the TA was full. So I got up here to this little rest area, so this is going to have to do for a little over 10 hours. I'm going to be picking up a load in Kentucky and taking it out to Miami. And I know that Miami's a dead spot, all that kind of stuff. One thing I can tell you, I will not be taking any flour loads out of Miami, which I don't think is all that common anyway when it comes to single drivers or solo drivers. And two, I'll deadhead all the way out of there if I have to. So I'm not going to be... It is going to be what it is. I'm just going to trust the process. So anyway, what I wanted to do was do a little get to know me type video. And what I'm going to do is answer 10 questions. 5 are going to be kind of personal related, not too personal. Then another 5 are going to be kind of trucking related. And then I am going to be picking another group of YouTubers to answer the same questions on their channel. So I'm going to get to the channels that I'm going to be tagging in this video right now. Number 1, Trucker Nene. Would you please take part in this little tag I'm doing? 2, Trucking Along with Kiersey. 3, 50 plus truckers journey. You got to get in on this too. And number 4 is Trucking with the Million Mile Man. I think that's the name of the channel. Either way, it's the Million Mile Man. Works for Prime. That's my 4th one. I'm not asking you to pick 4. But if you could pick at least 2 other channels and pass that on, that'd be great. So let's get to the questions, all right? Questions I have. First question is, what was your first car? My first car, I bought it in 1985. It was a 1969 Dodge Charger. The best thing about this car is I sold it back to my friend who sold it to me, and he actually got it almost about probably 70% restored, and then he fell on some hard times, sold it to somebody else, and now that car is fully restored at this point, probably worth quite a bit of money. And the odd thing about it is the guy that owns it now is living in the house that I grew up in as a kid. I just thought about that. Second question, what did I do before trucking? Before I got into trucking, I was a mortgage banker. A mortgage banker at the same job for basically 17 years, and then I was into business banking and personal banking the 2 years prior to that. The third one is, what are my favorite quotes? Now, before I even go further in this, I will be having the list of questions down in my description for you people that I asked. So all you need to do is copy and paste that and throw it in your description, all right? Third question is favorite quotes. Now, I like a bunch of different kind of quotes, but there's a quote that one of my barbecue friends that you guys should check out, Everyday Barbecue. I'm going to leave a link to his channel up here. Click on that if you want to check out some barbecue. But anyway, one of his favorite quotes was, a drowning man can't save a drowning man, which kind of goes along with, there's a lot of people out here that are trying to help other people that really can't help themselves. So handle yourself first before you go out there and get all philanthropic. So I like that one. And another one is, you can't skip the struggle. And that's one thing I can say about, listen, I'm kind of taking a shot if you're in this younger generation, maybe under 30, maybe 20, 30 might be a little, somewhere in that 30 and below area. I'm not seeing as much struggling as I used to see us do back in the days. But anyway, that's another one. Can't skip the struggle. Favorite music is the next question. As far as music goes, I'm all over the board. I listen to a lot of stuff, but there's certain kind of music that makes me lose my mind. First of all, any of that rap music from like I like the really, really early stuff, but like 1984 to like 1994, 95, somewhere in there, that'll make me lose my mind. Some of that freestyle music, and I'm not talking about rap, I'm talking about freestyle music that was kind of dance music that came out in the mid-late 80s, like Expose, Cover Girls, stuff like that. Some of you young people may not know that, but that kind of music. Grunge music from like the early 90s, so obviously Nirvana, but just all those groups. So definitely like the grunge scene, classic rock, hair metal, even get down with some of that, and old school R&B as well. So anyway, I'm all over the board. Who would I like to meet? Now, if there's one person in this world that would make me lose my mind, and probably the only person, because there's not a lot of people that I'm going to get all excited about seeing, but you throw Neil deGrasse Tyson in front of me. For those of you guys that don't know who he is, he's a astrophysicist, and he has a couple specials on TV. I think one's called Star Talk. Anyway, he's just into outer space and all that, galaxies, anything, those kind of things. I would lose my mind if I ever saw him. Now, these are going to be the trucking related questions. Let me hit this light over here, see if it doesn't wash me out. Might have to live with that for a second. What kind of truck do I drive? And I keep saying I'm going to do a video on what I like about this Peterbilt compared to the old Freightliner I was driving, but 2020 Peterbilt Ultraloft just got about 85,000 miles on it. When I got it, I think it had 65 or something on it. Still need to get these dumbass football stickers off the side of it. But anyway, what do I like most about trucking? In comparison to my other job, the stress isn't really a stress that's gonna... there's plenty of things that'll kill you in this job, but it's not gonna be the stress. The stress in this job is like very immediate, and then when you're dealing with it, you're dealing with it, and when it's done, it's done. It's not like you're gonna be going to bed thinking about, that sharp curve on that 20% downgrade, really got to me today. Once you're done with it, it's behind, and that's it. So you're really not going to be carrying a lot of stress with you. So that is one of the things I like most about trucking. The next question, what do I like the least about trucking? And this is a very easy one for me to answer, and that is parking. If it wasn't for the parking situation, any stress that I have in this job would probably be gone. The parking situation is just horrible in trucking. It's like the main thing people plan their days around, and a lot of actual productive hours get wasted because people are afraid to find parking. So anyway, that's what I like least about trucking. If I wasn't just going to be talking about, trucking being in the Stone Ages, but that's actually a little charming in some kind of way. Let's see, what company do I work for? I work at Prime, and I am leasing with them. And for those of you guys that are asking or wondering how the lease is still going, like I said, I'm not going to get into the money or anything like that, but it's working well. let's see, number 10. What do you like most about the company? You know, most about the company, there's a few things I like about the company. I like the fact that the company is not publicly traded, all that kind of stuff. Any decisions that need to get made with the company are made by one guy. That's easy. You can find this guy out playing basketball damn near every day. If you want to walk up to him, talk to him, you can go right ahead and talk to him. And the equipment, listen, there's some companies out there that have good tractors, but as a whole, there's very few companies that have as nice of a tractor fleet as Prime. And then you throw in the trailers. So then some of the companies that actually have good tractors, and I'm going to say Swift, it would be one of them. Then you take a look at them trailers, boy, and they just be raggedy, man. So definitely the equipment is a main thing that I like about Prime. And just in case people are still asking what I feel about the Prime lease, the lease is something that I like with Prime. Anyway, for those of you guys that I tagged in this video, I would appreciate it if you guys do that video. Like I said, questions are going to be cut and pasted in the description below. So all you got to do, cut and paste that out. Those are going to be your questions. Then if you tag somebody else, cut and paste it and leave it in your description so that person can do it. And we'll see how many people we can get in on this. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys. That is very odd. Hold on a second. Just saw a Prime Kenworth that didn't look like it was an owner-operator type of a Kenworth. But anyway, that was weird. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.